On a warm, sunny afternoon, Sarah knelt in her garden, trimming back weeds and inhaling the scent of lavender and roses. Gardening was her peace, her therapy, a way to escape the chaos of the outside world. But that day something felt off. A strange unease buzzed at the edge of her thoughts. As she reached toward a patch of blooming petunias, something caught her eye. Nestled among the flowers was a peculiar rock. Gray, slightly moss-covered, but oddly placed. Curiosity stirred. She leaned closer, and a glint of glass shimmered from within a crevice. Her brow furrowed with cautious hands. Sarah picked it up and turned it over. Her breath hitched. Embedded inside was a tiny camera lens, its red light blinking steadily. IT was on. A chill crept through her as realization hit. Someone had been watching her. In her own backyard, her sanctuary. Her hands shook as she clutched the device, scanning the garden with new eyes. Every bush, every shadow now felt like a threat. Rushing inside, she locked the door behind her and placed the camera on her kitchen table, staring at it like it might come alive. Anger mingled with fear as she dialed the local police. Her voice trembled as she described what she'd found. Within minutes, Officer Daniels arrived, calm, professional. He inspected the rock carefully, confirming her worst fear. It was a live-streaming surveillance camera. Hidden, deliberate. "We'll take this in for analysis," he said gently, slipping the device into an evidence bag. "We'll also sweep the area for any other devices. Do you have any reason to believe someone might target you?" Sarah hesitated. Then one name came to mind, Greg Thompson, her neighbor. Their petty arguments about property lines and noise had grown into heated glares and cold silence. Still, spying, she mentioned Greg. Daniels made a note. "We'll look into it. Stay alert. Let us know if anything else seems out of place." That night, Sarah barely slept. Every creak of the house sent a jolt through her chest. The garden, once her haven, now loomed in her mind as a stage where she'd unknowingly been observed. By morning, the news had spread through the neighborhood. Friends and neighbors stopped by with concern and support. Some brought flowers, others advice. At that evening's community meeting, the atmosphere was thick with tension. "If it could happen to Sarah, it could happen to any of us," said Mrs. Jenkins, a longtime neighbor. Heads nodded. Voices murmured agreement. People pledged to watch out for one another. Though grateful, Sarah still felt exposed. The intruder, whoever they were, had turned her safe world inside out. Days passed. Sarah tried to return to normal, but every moment in the garden felt wrong. She flinched at rustling leaves. Her eyes darted to every corner. Healing, it seemed, would take time. Then came a knock at her door. Officer Daniels stood on her porch. His expression was serious. "We've identified the person responsible," he said. "You were right to suspect your neighbor." Sarah felt her stomach twist. "Greg." Daniels nodded. "We found the camera's recordings and other surveillance equipment in his home. He admitted to it, said he wanted to intimidate you, get back at you over your disputes." Sarah's knees felt weak. The betrayal was worse than she imagined. "He's been arrested and charged," Daniels continued. "He won't be bothering you again. But I know this has shaken you." She nodded silently. Relief, anger, sadness. They all swirled together. Over the following weeks, Sarah took steps to rebuild her peace. Friends helped install security cameras and motion-activated lights. Neighbors checked in often. Slowly, she returned to her garden. She planted new flowers, not just for beauty but for healing. Each bloom a quiet act of defiance, a reminder that fear wouldn't define her. The neighborhood changed too. People grew closer, more alert. Sarah's story had become a wake-up call about privacy, vigilance, and community. One evening, as the sun dipped below the trees, Sarah stood in her garden, watering her flowers. The air was warm and fragrant. She paused, closing her eyes, listening to the soft rustle of petals. She had been watched, violated, shaken to her core, but she had also survived. And now, at last, she felt safe again.